Well, let's talk about, speaking of bad feeling, let's talk about this television program. We're not going to spend a lot of time on any, except a few things in it. But again, they open up Jericho coming to the ring. Okay, you got a million people, trailing over from the Big Bang Theory. Send out Chris Jericho. He's a star. People know him. They got the music. And then he calls out Daniel Garcia. And again, I know they're trying as hard as they can with this guy. It's hopeless, but they're trying. Yes, you should push young talent. But we talked about casting earlier in Hollywood. You got to cast the right person for the part, or elsewise your production fucking fails. Maybe one day he'll be fine. He's athletic. He can do the shit, but he's, 22, 23 years old? He's got the moop face. He's just an average fucking guy.
Did you say moop or mook?
Moop face.
Oh, moop.
He's just a moop. Moop.
I know a few mooks, but I didn't know if you were saying moop
What's
or
a mook?
You don't know what a mook is?
I don't know what a mook is.
It's hard to explain. You kind of have to point to someone and say, that's a mook right there. It's hard to explain.
Well, but it's not a moop. But he's got a moop face. He's like moop. Anyway, Jericho's upset that Daniel Garcia pushed him last week. And because after last week when he had that 30-minute long 2 out of 3 fall match with Bryan Danielson, where he gave Danielson everything he could handle in the attempt to get Daniel Garcia over, made Danielson look worse. And all the AEW fans that like to watch great matches with interchangeable generic white boys with no size, no tone, no definition, and no personality were ecstatic by it. So Jericho gives Garcia an opportunity to apologize to him. And Garcia, again, says it was special to be in the ring with his hero. He always dreamed of having that match when he was a kid, but Chris, you ruined it for me. God damn it. Again, I wrote, screw a guy out of a belt or a woman or money. But this, the childhood dreams. And you ruined my match that I always dreamed of having. It wasn't, I got beat. Or you could have helped me win if they're heels, or he's turning babyface, so I didn't need your help, but whatever the fuck, but just my dreams. And they go back and forth arguing about whether he's a wrestler or a sports entertainer. And then music plays, and here comes Daniel Bryan out. Again, the weekly reminder that he was the best heel in all of wrestling in December. And should have been the champion, and blah, blah, blah. But both Daniel Bryan and Daniel Garcia came out to the ring like they've been changing their own oil in their own driveway. At least Jericho was dressed in his, I don't know, fucking, he looks like Sam Kinison after a 5-day bender. But he looks like a star of some description, right?
He does have Sam Kinison's hair now, that you say. Yeah.
So, but Sam Kinison was a star. I mean, so Daniel Bryan is arguing that Garcia's a wrestler, and Jericho's screaming, say you're a sports entertainer. And Daniel Garcia actually says these words. You're trying to make me decide whether I'm a wrestler or a sports entertainer right now in front of all these people? You want me to make a decision like that right now here in front of what the fuck is going on? Again, women, championships, and money, pride, personal satisfaction, revenge. Did I mention pussy? Those are reasons that grown men fight. So, as Garcia is just so mentally incapable of making this incredible decision and blurting these words out in front of this crowd right now, he decides to leave. Jericho grabs his arm. Garcia shoves Jericho on his ass. And everybody, they all just, immediately Garcia goes, oh my God, what have I done? And Jericho can't believe that this guy's put his hands on him, and Daniel Bryan is laughing about it. Can they make this any sillier or the stakes more childish or immaterial? because they're appealing. Is this it? They figure, okay, the only people that watch this toned down, emasculated, soft, pussyish, fake, phony, silly, childish wrestling anymore are fucking nerds that can't get laid and have no balls and have never been in a fight and have never had conflict with anybody in their life, and they think this is fucking dramatic fucking stakes. That's who they're appealing to. I think they've already got them all. They got every single goddamn one of them in the whole world. And that ain't enough. So then Daniel Garcia leaves, and Jericho cuts promo on Daniel Bryan, saying that Bryan's not the greatest. Jericho is. Stu Hart taught me how to shoot. And then Danielson says, well, if we asked, was I saying Daniel Bryan or Bryan Danielson? What name is he using now?
Bryan Danielson, the American Dragon.
They got me so fucking frazzled. And there's Daniel Garcia and Daniel Bryan and Bryan Danielson. And Bryan Danielson said, if we asked Stu or Owen who was better, which one would they say? And then Danielson challenges Jericho. Jericho accepts for All Out next weekend. We have a hectic weekend, apparently. And then says, till then, watch your back. And immediately as he says that, Hager gloms Bryan Danielson and lays him the fuck out. And they play the music and they leave. So that was 15 minutes, the first 15 minutes. They're working on the Big Bang crowd, and they're trying not to run them off with this interaction. What'd you think of this?
Even if you like Daniel Garcia in the ring, you can't like him on the mic. He sounds like a child, and this material they're giving him is awful. This is why Chris Jericho shouldn't be around young wrestlers. Chris Jericho, I don't mean that.
You mean he should be registered somewhere?
That's not what I mean in any way. What I mean is he should only be working with wrestlers who are veterans, who are secure in saying no. Who can say, you know what, that doesn't work for me, or that's a bad idea, or can recognize a bad idea.
So you're saying that Chris Jericho should not be allowed around young wrestlers who can't say no?
I'm not in any way saying he has a problem that should be on a registry, to be clear. I'm specifically talking about wrestling, you dirty old man. But what I'm saying...
You dirty, dirty, dirty bird.
This segment was off Raw. This segment was terrible. It went on forever. It was clearly rehearsed. The material wasn't good. And the biggest problem with Danielson is everything he's done since Moxley came back and the way he's been used. And Danielson is only doing what he wants to do. And that's sad because they were really onto something. And now he's going to work with Jericho, hopefully get his win back. 'Cause remember, Jericho in the concussion match, the street fight in the arena, was the one who got the win on Bryan Danielson. I don't even remember the last time he won a match. He'll win against Hager next week, and no one will want to see it because it's Hager. So that was bad. I would not have started the show this way, but in another sense, get it out of the system. Get it out of the way before we can get some good wrestling.